All right. So what we've got here is basically my attempt at making the administration of certain processes a whole lot simpler in Drupal. Drupal spends an awful lot of your time running all over the existing administration system. So what we're attempting to do here is to make this as simple as possible. Now my example is essentially a set of news. So we have news articles, we have a view that looks at the news, and we have a number of other things going on here. So what we're at right now is just the base view. Now the base view would be obviously showing our articles if we had any, but we don't have any. And I've basically started this at absolutely zero. So this is what the module looks like once you install it. Now there's no real administration to this module. If you go into administer and look for it, there's not going to be any news administration. So its administration is the same as Drupal's administration: taxonomy, content types, views. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to give a single place for all of this to exist. And what better place for that than on the actual content areas itself. New users to Drupal, clients, people like that, generally find it pretty simple to come in and say, you know what, if I can navigate to it and hit the edit button, then I'm basically good to go, which is how nodes work at the moment, but there are many other things in Drupal that simply don't work this way. So the first thing we're going to do is create a news article. Now this is going to fail for us for a particular reason. I wanted to require news terms for this automatically. And so we get a little error here that says we cannot create any news until we've created news terms. We may optionally change the settings on the vocabulary to be not required or to utilize tagging. And in either of these cases, the create would work just fine. Now I'm just going to go ahead and create ourselves a term. And so if we go to list terms, you'll see here is our list of terms. Now I'm going to go ahead and we'll switch this over to tags right now, and we'll save that. Come up to create news article, and you'll see it actually lets us do this now. Now it would have let us do it in either case because we had a term now, but we're going to go ahead and toss in a headline here. And we'll make it part of the Drupal category, and we'll create a new DrupalCon category. And this is our text. Then we're going to go ahead and hit save. Now, again, Drupal oftentimes just drops our nodes into Never Never Land, and we have no clue what to do with ourselves once we're where we need to be. And so I wanted to address this. This is a news node, and the news node has a Back to News tab. So if I click that, I'm back on the news view as quickly and easily as that. Have the ability to again create new articles or manage. We'll go ahead and create one more article here. Okay. We'll go ahead and hit save on that, and again, back to news. And here we are. We now have our Drupal and our DrupalCon and DrupalCon DC 2009, so all this stuff is working out pretty well. Now, again, since we're providing our own taxonomy here, we're providing our own vocabulary, I can go ahead and overwrite this, and so you'll see that this is showing up at News Category 16. So if I click that, hey, we're on News Category 16, and this is again a view overriding news category, percent, etc., etc. And so it makes it very easy for us to get in here and look at this stuff. The breadcrumbs take us back to news, and you know, we're still all in our little area here. Now, we've been in the manage area a little bit already. I'm going to spend just a little bit more time here. Oftentimes, you know, we expect users to go to the main content area and filter by, in this case, content type of news. And that just seems like a lot of extra work for not much benefit. So I went ahead and I included a view in here that lists the articles that we've published. So it shows post date, sorts by that, gives us our headlines, the ability to go in and edit them directly or delete them. So, these show 25 at a time, so we can get a much quicker overview of things. You've already seen me edit the vocabulary for this, so we have our news categories that comes across that's associated with news and has all of our different settings in it. We can list our terms, and if I want to, I can edit these individually. Let's go back into edit vocabulary and get rid of the tagging. Save that, come back to list of terms, and you'll see now they're drag and droppable. So I can drag reorder, and hey, it's all working. And you've already seen me add terms. So, the objective was to take all of this stuff and put it in a single centralized kind of almost dashboard per content type. After having looked at this and built a couple of these now, this one being the most complex so far, I think there's some real potential here to actually maybe build a system that creates these sort of administration systems per content type on the fly, just based upon user request. I think there's a lot of really great benefits here that we could potentially make use of.